If you are tuning into watching this session, welcome to 2021 LifeVantage App Breakout. I am Kamal Tota, Senior VP of Digital. To join me today, I have two incredible leaders and amazing people and my friends who are Pro 7s, who uses the app day in and day out to build their business. I am excited to have them share their experience with you. And welcome to Sarah Harding and Shanna McClough.
Hey, Kamal. Hey. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm super excited.
I'm excited to let everyone know how great the app is.
Oh, let's do it. So let's start with a very high-level question. How do you use the app to run and grow your business day in and day out?
There's a lot of ways. There are a lot of features in there, and it can be overwhelming. But one of the best things that I would like to highlight in this particular breakout session is the ability to provide excellent customer service. So the action cards let you know every time an order goes through your organization, a distributor order goes through your organization. That's a great opportunity to reach out to that customer, reach out to that distributor, make sure they're educated on the newest products. Are they educated on the newest promotions, whatever's going on? It's your opportunity to reach out every single month. So I feel like that's one of the best assets in there because retention is one of our biggest focuses right now. And it's also so simple in the app. I'm not even sure how to provide retention and customer service without using the app.
So to summarize it, you are saying you use the app for customer service and retention.
Absolutely, yeah. Excellent. And in many other ways, but those I'd love to highlight those today.
Oh, that's great. How about you, Shanna?
I completely agree with Sarah. I feel like you enroll a customer and the app tells you literally what to do next. It's unbelievable for those reasons that Sarah said. I also love it because I think so many people join as distributors and they have busy lives, right? Busy moms, busy dads, work full-time jobs. This is like the biggest personal assistant in your pocket. I feel like it keeps anyone completely organized. You know who you're talking to, who you've started conversations with, who you've sent videos to, and you can get in there and remember. I'll be honest with you. I used to have hundreds of names on sheets of papers and I would lose them and I would be like, oh shoot, who do I need to follow up with? Not a problem anymore. It's all loaded in my app. So it keeps me completely organized and can help anybody do the same.
Great. I love that. Digital assistant in your pocket. Excellent. And Sarah, maybe I'll start with you. If you enroll a new distributor, how do you bring them, onboard them to LifeVantage?
Great question. Okay, so in case people don't know this, I don't have to do anything. I just wait for that confirmation page. I know, right? You just wait for the confirmation page to come up. And if they miss it on the confirmation page, they're also going to get an email that notifies them where the App Store is and to go download the LifeVantage app. Once they do that, pretty sure you have a video that's just going to show them exactly how this works, right? It's 3 steps.
3 simple steps.
So that's it. I just refer to the app.
It's literally the launch guide that they walk themselves through.
Yeah, 3 steps.
Step by step.
Thank you, ladies. Now let's watch the video. That's so simple, right? Now, Shana, for you, how are you and your teams run someone through the ITT process without losing the personal connection?
Extremely important, isn't it? No matter what, I don't want anybody to ever think that the app can do everything for you. You're still the distributor. And this business is a relationship business through and through. So you have to develop the personal connection before you even start them in the app, right? You need to know who the people are. They need to know, like, and trust you before you even start sending them videos. And so that's how you firstly develop that connection. Then when you use ITT, which if you do not know, ITT is invite, tool, team, which all those steps can be done and step by step through the app. However, it's still important that you don't just use the scripting in the app to go through the flow of ITT, but you ask them questions. You answer their questions. You don't just push a button and hit send, push a button and hit send. I wish it was that simple, but that would be a robot, and you're not a robot, right?
That's exactly right.
We absolutely need to make sure that we know who we're helping, we know how to help them, and we do it the right way. So don't ever get in the habit of just pushing the button. It's there for you, but change the words if it doesn't sound like you. Make sure that you're always, always having that conversation with someone.
That's a great insight. And Sarah, do you want to add anything to that?
I completely agree with it. I mean, I kind of think that leads us into the next point that we want to make, though, and that is that when you build on social media, which is how I build, we can integrate the app, and I'll explain how to do that. So you're building your relationship in whatever platform, and this applies to in-person as well. You're finding a friend, making a connection, and you're connecting with them on multiple different things by asking quality questions. This is the network marketing aspect that we have to get good at. So once we've built that relationship and we've asked some quality questions, when we get to the invite where we want to share with them our first touch tool, that's when I'm collecting a phone number and I'm putting them into the app. So that's how keeping that personal conversation, that personal connection really works with social media. Then I bring the phone number into the app and start the ITT process like you just described.
And a lot of our distributors always ask me, do I really need to have a phone number to add a contact?
Not anymore.
That's
Not
right.
anymore. So you can, I like to always collect people's phone numbers for lots of reasons, but you don't have to anymore. You can actually add someone to the app via a social media channel, actually. And so how you would do that, I want to make sure people understand. We have a video to show you, but let me highlight just a couple points. When you do that, when you add a prospect to the app and you want to not text them via in-app or text message or email, but you want to actually use like Facebook Messenger perhaps or WhatsApp, you can do that now. Just click add manually, and then you will just type in, you'll see here in the video, but you just click the social media channel that you use and leave out the phone number and the email. Super, super simple. The other thing is when you are using those other channels to communicate, the social media channels, it's so simple. Through the ITT system, you will just highlight that as how you want to communicate with them, and then you will hit copy and go to that actual server like Messenger and paste it in Messenger. The app doesn't actually send it for you, but it provides you the content to just copy and paste it right into Messenger. So we have a video to show you exactly how to do this. So here's that video. Pretty simple. I just want to make sure that you understand exactly why you're copying that script and why it's provided to you. Because when you send the videos with the link that is in that script, it's actually going to activate the ITT flow so that it moves them through the process, but also the app will notify you when that video is watched, just like if you were sending it via text message or in-app messenger. Thank you, Kamal and team, for making that happen.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's
And there's no
incredible.
guessing game, right?
That's exactly right. No guessing game. I love it that we can literally track everything. But speaking of videos, Sarah, we have a new ability to send in the First Touch video. You want to show them that?
Yeah, absolutely. Now let me show you how you would share with your prospect your very own First Touch video. I'm going to use you, Shauna.
Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so as always, it's going to ask you your typical questions. Do you want to speak to them about taking control of their health or taking control of their life? Make an option, make a choice. And then I almost always use in-app messenger, but because Shauna has my phone number saved in her phone, and that's how we primarily communicate, I'm going to use text messaging. But for most other markets, especially global markets, I would recommend using the in-app messenger at this time.
I'm going to speak to that really quick. I think that that's so important because this goes back to the personal connection conversation, right? That if you have their phone number and they have your phone number, it would seem a little strange if you randomly just text them from a different phone number, which would be the in-app messaging phone number, right?
That's right.
And so then make sure that you're texting them because of that personal connection and you want to keep that. Don't make it weird. Just text them, right? And so that's why I definitely would click that option. Sarah, right here, do you want to tell them when you switch? I know that we do the same thing. When do you switch and always use in-app?
I always use in-app once they become a customer or a distributor. And there's probably a feature that we'll get to show you in a moment where we show you how to mass message your customers or distributors to let them know about a team call or a great promotion that the company's doing.
Yeah, so just to reiterate that, almost always when we're talking to a prospect and we know them off of social media, we try and get a phone number and talk to them via text message. Then once they become enrolled as a customer or distributor, we're switching them over to in-app messaging.
Right.
But I just thought we should touch on that.
No, that's great. But also I want to reiterate that it's up to you. If you know what is working the best for you, use that communication method. But we are giving you in-app messaging, text messaging, and email, which is LifeVantage provided email, and then the social media channels. At the end of the day, you are the best person to make the decision on how best to reach out to your lead. But I think these are great tips.
Just
Love
don't
it.
make it weird.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So going back to sharing with Shauna our First Touch video, I chose text message because, as we said, that's how we communicate. And I chose use this method for future messages because then I don't have to make that selection again. I'm going to hit continue. So this is the invite that's going to be sent out for me, and then she will
Which
have,
I just received.
yes, which she will have responded, yes, of course she wants to see this video.
Of course I do.
Absolutely. Everyone always says yes. And then the second one, the second option to choose is you can either choose the First Touch video, which is currently our Flip the Switch video, or you can choose share your First Touch video. And so there's already a prescript in here. If you don't like the prescript, change it. And I heard a rumor that we might have an option to save our own custom scripts in the future. So stay tuned for that. But for now, we have done our best, Shauna and I especially.
It's coming.
Yeah. Shauna and I have done our best to make a script that you'll feel comfortable with, but by all means, edit it if you'd like. So I'm going to insert my favorite First Touch video, and I use something called text replacement. Google it. You'll love it. So
I was just going to say, everybody call and ask Sarah how to do that.
No, don't
it's
call
cool.
me.
But don't. You can Google it. I was just
Google
kidding.
it.
Yeah, Google it.
So I just shared my own First Touch video, and it just sent that to her via text
Got it.
message. And now it tells me, you sent Shauna your own video. You can give them a few days to watch it or take action if you're ready now. So that's how you can share your very own tool. Kamal, are there any limitations to doing this? Do we miss out on any awesome features by sending our own First Touch video?
Yes, we won't be able to track if you are sharing your own First Touch video. It has to be one of the LifeVantage provided videos, either the Flip the Switch or one of the videos from App Library.
Right. So as an alternative, if you don't want to miss out on that feature, which I do think is important, when you know that your prospect has watched the first touch video, then you will get an action card and you can continue the process of ITT. If you want to bypass that and you don't like flip the switch, the next best option would be to look for Dr. Brian Dixon in the media library, but it's very important that you send it from the contact card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment here to explain the difference. As I'm in Shauna Mucklow's contact card, anytime I want to send her a different video, which I'm going to do now. You're going to get a bunch of text messages from me.
I got another one.
Okay, so I want to send a different video to her. Okay, so I want to share a different video, and if you chose this option, share other tools, I'm going into the media library. Now, remember, I see Shauna Mucklow's phone number, her name, all of that right here. So when I choose share other tools, it takes me to the media library, and then I'm going to search by, so Dixon. Okay, so I really like this, how it all started. This is an excellent first touch video, so I can choose this and I can send that to her. And that's another option. Now, when Shauna watches this Dr. Dixon video, because I send it from her prospect card using the media library, will we be notified that she watched it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so now let's just say that I clicked on the library and I searched by Dixon again. I'm sorry, Dr. Dixon, to use your name in such a way. All right, so now I'm just going to click on the Dixon video and I'm going to click the share button. I'm no longer in the ITT flow. This is just for sharing social media, sharing on social media or any other outlet that you want to, just sharing a resource. This is not part of the ITT flow. You're going to miss some of the benefits, and when do you use this?
Well, this is by far, I think, where people get hung up in the app. If you want to actually have the app work in the ITT flow, it's so important to just pay attention to what Sarah just did. You use the menu in their contact card to share the information. You don't go to the library first and then share. I know that's probably the one thing that I get questioned about the most from the entire field is how come it's not telling me when somebody watched a video? Because it doesn't even know who you shared it with if you don't use that menu. That menu is built for an absolute reason. So if that's the one tip you take away today, that's really important.
That's very well said, actually. Yes, that's the question almost we get every day from our field. So thank you, ladies.
Absolutely.
A minute ago, we were talking about ITT. What is the last T stands for?
Team. One, I believe, the most crucial, especially if you want to help that person actually enroll. So we've educated them now through the invite and the tool piece, but now it's time to really validate with the experience of the team, whether that be to talk about a distributor enrollment or even help with a customer recommendation, really. And so when you get to team, that's probably another question that I get a lot, probably you guys too, right?
Yes.
Which is, how do you team through the app? And you do it through the menu, okay? And I'm going to be really honest. Sometimes I don't use the app in this particular spot. I just put already did that in the menu right here at the bottom. I just click the update their status level, and I do this outside of the app because sometimes you're inviting them to a live event, right? Maybe there is a live event coming up. Maybe it is a local presentation. Maybe it is a Zoom call that your team is putting on. Maybe it's an LVA, right? It can be a lot of different things. That could be teaming. It's anywhere that you're introducing them to your team, getting that third-party validation so that they can also share their experience. It's social proof. Like, that's what it really is. But sometimes, no, you cannot set up, this is what I get all the time, you cannot set up a three-way call in the app, right? You can't three-way call in the app. So you just...
Can we? No.
So,
in the future.
In the future,
yes, in the future. But right now you cannot. So you just update their status level, and whether you're putting them in a three-way text group, whether you're doing a three-way Zoom, whether you're doing that via phone call, do that. That's what you should be doing. Whatever your team and your upline is helping you do that. But just update the status level so that it moves them to the next step of the process.
Right. So let's kind of talk about it just a little bit. So when I'm still on Shauna's card, because that's the important thing, is we are doing the ITT off of her card, her prospect card. So she's watched the First Touch video, and I'm probably having a conversation with her either in text message or here in my in-app messenger or in Facebook, wherever it is. I'm asking her, what did you like best about it? She's asking me questions. Well, how does this work for me? Then I can say, that's a really great question. Let me connect you with my team, or let me share with you the full overview, or whatever you want to call it. Then you're coming back here to this card, this menu right here, and making a decision. When you click Share Other Tools, that brings up the media library. Remember, we don't go to the media library, pick a tool, and then send it. We go to Shauna Mucklow, we go to Share Other Tools, and then we choose a video. And this is where you could choose like a flip the switch recording from another night. You can also click the Schedule a 3-way call. I could say, Shauna, when do you have 40 minutes? Because I want to get her on the phone with Kamal. And so we schedule it, and then I'm going to click that option in the app. You can also invite them to a live event and share a URL, which would be to Zoom or to anything else that's happening. Or you may have already done the third party in Facebook Messenger and you're ready to just share a cart or share an enrollment link, and that's the way to go about it. I want to talk about this tiny little blue font at the bottom that says, or update their interest level. Shauna and I are app ninjas, so we use the app a lot. And so when we know that we've taken care of that third-party validation outside of the app, we're going to mark or update their interest level and say, follow up later, meaning we've probably done the third-party validation and they're not ready to make a decision, or they're ready to purchase or enroll, which is is typically what comes after an overview or the third-party validations occurred. So I'm going to say ready to purchase. And that will mark Shauna, as you can see the red tab, it says she's now in the team status. So when I go to check on her later, I know that I've gone through the third-party validation with her. It's not good to cheat the system and mark her as team if I haven't actually shown her an overview, because if I come back to this conversation and I can't remember, did you actually watch the overview? Did I actually expose you to my entire business opportunity?
You're going to
not?
be confused, and when you talk to them, they're going to be confused if you don't know where you're at in the process.
Exactly. So because I can go back to activity there in the menu bar, and I can see exactly what videos I've shared with her. I can see if I manually changed her situation, updated her interest level, and I'm not going to remember if I actually sent her an overview or not, and I'm going to look pretty stupid.
The other thing, I'm going to give you a tip really quick. So another way that I transition a lot into the teaming is sometimes to connect somebody, like Sarah said, she says sometimes, hey, I would like to connect you with. Sometimes I say, hey, I need you to hear my friend Sarah's story, right? And tee her up to tell her business story to somebody else's validation. Then what I also do is click notes, and I write a note in there that I connected them on such and such date with Sarah Harding, and so that I also remember that I did that. I think that notes section is hugely valuable, and that's a new feature of the app too.
I'm so glad you touched that, because Notes is going to be a powerful digital assistant tool. You don't need to carry paper and pen wherever you go.
Hallelujah.
Right?
Because I always lose it. I already told you that.
And then you can set a reminder, right? How cool is that? I mean, let's say that I meet Shauna at a party or at a soccer game. Now I can take a note, and then if you have your anniversary coming up, I can set a reminder with a note, and then it's going to remind me, and you can start building that personal connections. So
September 18th, if you need to know.
I'm going to put it in right now, September 18th.
Now you all know.
It just happened. So truly a personal assistant in your pocket. Guys, when we say that we build a business, literally we can teach people how to build a business from their phone. This is exactly what we mean with your mouth and with your phone now. You don't even need pencil and paper.
That's right.
Love it. Thanks again, Kamal.
Oh, you're welcome.
And your wizards.
Yeah. Got a great team and got a great app committee team. So it's working out perfectly. And a minute ago, Sarah, like you were talking about sharing the cards, like and the enrollment links. Can you show how you can do that in the app?
Yes, I absolutely can. So again, going back to Shauna's card here, I'm going to choose from the menu, Share a Cart. Now, I heard that we have some new options that we're going to be learning about here at convention, and that would be our solutions-based product stacks.
You just revealed it. No more surprise.
Am I not supposed to say that?
No, you're good.
Oh.
Please continue.
Well, I just feel like this is going to make our world so much easier, because you can offer someone an opportunity, a solution to their problem, and you can give them 3 options: good, better, best.
I feel like at this point we need to say thank you to the full corporate staff for this. I
It's
think
huge.
this is a game changer in all of our businesses and how we communicate on the benefits of our product. And now that we have the ability to also utilize this information in the app when it's available to us, thanks to everybody.
Absolutely.
The fact is, our data shows that 9% of the shared carts are resulting into an order. So just to give you the comparison, the industry average is 3%, whether it's a retailer or a
Okay, so
network marketing
industry average is 3%,
Yes.
and ours is what?
9%.
9%.
And in some months it even crossed 12%, but on an average, it is 9%
Using the app.
using the app.
So sharing a cart works. And basically the difference between sharing a cart and just letting someone go to your website, right, and check out, you're taking all the friction out of it for them. You literally are just
Exactly
saying,
right.
click the link. I've already set up what you want. Just put in your information. And there's a huge statistic about subscriptions, right, with sharing a cart?
That's right. 80 to 85% of the orders going through the app resulting into a subscription order. How cool is that,
I'm
right?
sorry, that's huge. That's huge.
That's pretty cool stat there. Yes.
That blew me away when you told me that.
Yeah. So now you know why you should be using the app.
Seriously. I mean, like, it can be an absolute game changer in all of our businesses when it comes absolutely to customers and customer retention. And we all know how hugely valuable it is for your business and also for the customer to be on a monthly subscription.
So the one that you are seeing on the screen is the new product solution categories screen. Now we talked about sharing the cards. Let's jump into how to share an enrollment link.
Yeah. So going back to Shauna's contact card, again, instead of willy-nilly going around and picking a URL somewhere, I'm just going to click on Share an Enrollment Link. And it's going to say, I'm thrilled to have you join me. And if I don't use the word thrilled, I can change that. Just follow this link and complete your enrollment, and we'll get started on your training immediately. And I
For
can send
example,
it out.
Sarah, what would you say? Would you say, I'm thrilled?
Here are your options for getting started.
And
is
here's
I
what Shauna would say. Eek! Exclamation point. I'm so excited that you're joining me, right? Literally be you.
Yes. I can be reserved and do it my own way.
I just want to show them, like, even us change it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
It's not Kamal's fault.
No, at the end of the day, it's a tool, so use it the best way you
Yep.
can. We all are different.
Yep.
So we briefly talked about action cards. Why are action cards so important? We always say, app is going to help you with what to do next. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, they tell me every movement that occurs in my business. I don't know how else I would know it without refreshing the back office. And I know that people have expressed frustration with getting too many notifications, but I promise you that as a Pro 7 in the company, I use my action cards daily. That's what I do. I go to my app and I click the deck and I go through every single card and I send a message, just like I said at the beginning. It's great for customer service. And if you have worked so hard to create that business, don't you want to maintain it?
Absolutely. You get action cards for all kinds of different things, right? For when an order ships that you should follow up with somebody. You get Amy alerts, which I'll talk about in a second. And I just want everybody to think about this because this is where I think some people get hung up. Sometimes you hit continue so that you want to take action on that action card, and a script always populates every time. And you're like, well, I don't even know why I would say that. Then change it. Don't just not do it. This is the perfect opportunity that the app is telling you. You should be reaching out to this person in some way. Use your brain, right? Relationship business, use your brain and build the relationship. Use that to build a relationship. Do you want me to just talk about Amy real quick?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, perfect. So this is Amy. If you don't know who Amy is, it's an artificial intelligence program that LifeVantage has installed into our app now, which I think is brilliant. So it'll tell us when your personally enrolled people cancel their orders, when people need help because they haven't reordered. It will even alert you to reach out to them. It does so many cool things. So this is one that I got today, right? You've seen a new opportunity alert for Brandy, right? And I just hit continue and it opens up to exactly what needs to happen. So when it opens up, it's going to tell you that this is a customer care card, right? And it says you have an incredible opportunity to strengthen your relationship with Brandy. Reach out today to ensure that they are successful in using their products, right? And it also goes on to tell me when they originally ordered, when their last order date was, and their most frequently ordered item. So they ordered dual synergizer, but they haven't ordered since July, right? So I use my brain and I think, well, I need to check in with Brandy and find out why she hasn't been ordering. And that's it. So then I would just hit take action, decide how I want to communicate with Brandy, and I want to chat now. And so it's going to take me to email, call, whatever I want to do, whatever method that I choose, and I can ask that question. I would just say, hey, Brandy, I noticed you haven't ordered in a while. Just curious, how can I help? That's it. So just it literally is going to prompt you, and just use your brain again of what you should say and think about what you should say to that person to help them along through the process.
And one thing to point out while we're here on this, once you sent her a message and you will mark it done in the Amy page, the Amy view. So I don't know.
So right here, you just click done.
Right. Now, what's going to happen though is you're going to go back to your action card screen and it's not going to be marked done. You're going to have to hit snooze. I already did this. That's the only way to complete an action card that's for Amy.
Yep. So I just hit close. So it'll show you right here. This action has been completed. Click here, and then you just close that out, and it takes you back to that action card. So just hit right here. I already did this, and it goes away.
Yes, that's one way to do it. And other way is now we added a feature where it expires by itself, but there is a small lag.
From the time that you complete it to the time that it expires.
Exactly.
But if you're like us and you want it to go away right away, so you can mark it done, like you're on a to-do list time frame, just do it like we did.
That's right. Follow their advice on this.
But thanks for that feature. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got both ways to get rid of those action cards. And can we jump into, we talked about ITT sharing the tools. Can we talk a little bit more about why the social sharing is so important in our business, and how can we do that through the app? Because we have this library, one place for all the resources, right? Whether it's a product opportunity or business opportunity. Can we go into how you can share a asset that LifeVantage is providing through the app on a social media or through the direct messaging? How can we do that? Can you show us, Sarah?
Yeah, sure. So when you go to the menu, you have an abundance of options. You can just get used to the menu labels like new. What else is there? There's
distributor, training, customer, curiosity, right along the top. You scroll right to left.
Exactly. So take some time. I do this every month, at least at the top of the month, or when we know that something new has been introduced by LifeVantage. Go through, watch some videos, and heart them. Click the little heart, and it will save them as your favorites so that when you want to share an asset, you can just go to your favorites and you can share from there. Now, how I personally use the media library may be different from others, and that's what's great about our options in this business. I will share it with a new distributor as a training tool, using the social share option, or I will download it and re-upload it into my team group, wherever that is, WhatsApp, Facebook, wherever that is, as a video or as a tool or a PDF, whatever the media asset happens to be. And then sometimes I will choose our curiosity marketing images and I will download them to my phone. I will take them over to my favorite editing app and I will make a social media shareable graphic for my own personal business to engage in conversation with customers and distributors on social media. How about you? How do you use it?
That's exactly how I use it. Yep, perfectly. So here is a picture of like one of what Sarah was talking about. If you wanted to share something like 5 to Thrive on your social media, you would just literally hit the download button and you would download it right to your phone and then upload it into a story sequence or into your customer Facebook groups or however you want to share. You can even share if somebody has a question about that product. I go directly into some of these assets sometimes and then just share them. Like this one's great because it has all the ingredients listed. And so I use this one a lot.
Great. And there's one more thing over there. When you click share, you can also attach a product link to that. So if your prospect or a customer wants to know more about the product, they also have the website page.
Yeah. So
attached to the message.
Here's a tip for all us. I'm not really a techie person. People think that I am, but I'm not. These two are like talking a language I don't understand sometimes. But the down button that looks down on your phone means download it to your phone. The up arrow means share it out to the world. Like that's just a little simple tip that I train in my team because even that can be confusing to some. Is that confusing to you sometimes and not just me? So down to download it to your own phone to save in your own resources in your phone, share out is the up arrow.
That's perfect. Thanks for sharing.
That's how
actually.
this little
Yeah.
brain thinks.
You know, while you're on the screen, just you guys get used to looking at the menus because it shows you 3 different options for scripting. If you wanted to socially share this particular asset, it says the suggested script, the custom script, or none. And if you choose none, then you can just continue. And it even asks you, do you want to include a product link with the message, or do you just want to share the asset? And then which product link do you want to include with that? It'll give you an option to choose those, and then you can share. So
So
it's
like
really
with this
simple.
particular asset, of course, you could click include product link with message, and you would just look for daily wellness because that's the ingredients to daily wellness, right? And so literally you're basically sending the link to your website so they can look through everything they need to find out about that product.
So when we had our Axio promos going through, this is what I would do when I was already speaking to an existing customer, an existing distributor. I would actually pull up our Axio promo asset and I would share the page. So it already went to my website. They already knew which Axio was on promo. And right there are additional videos so they could read about the benefits or watch the video about the benefits if they hadn't already known about them.
Absolutely.
Great. As you are on that screen, maybe can you show us where our users can find the app training videos?
Oh, for sure. So you just go to the library, and I always just type in the word app, honestly, and everything you need to know. It's so weird because my face pops up. Your face pops up out here too. Everything you need to know about the app is all listed right there.
You can also search by Shauna or Sarah. I feel like that kind of gets you there a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think truly. It depends on what you're looking for, but if you just type in the word app, every training that Kamal uploads that we do on the app has the word app in it. So you're going to find it that way.
And we will be adding this video to the app training section. So watch out for it.
Perfect.
So now we talked about the social sharing. And we also know that the events play such a critical role in the distributor journey. And the app has it, the events. Can you show us where our users can go and find these events? What's happening around LifeVantage?
Yeah, so if you don't know, the main menu is the LifeVantage logo in the bottom center. When we ever refer to the main menu, that's what we're all talking about. So that's what I just clicked to get here was the LifeVantage logo at the bottom. Sarah, do you want to talk about events?
Sure. So right there, choosing the events block, the corporate events refer to things like Global Academy and the November LifeVantage Academy or whatever month you're looking at. And then there's also the Vision Summit, which occurs every single month here at Salt Lake City. And
so you can click into those, and it basically allows you to share it. It tells you a little bit about the event. If you need to register for it, it will even have a button there that you can register for it. Like this one says register now. You can do it from your app now.
And you can set a reminder. So you can put it into your calendar. Even if you're not attending, it's good to know if you have other distributors or team members that are coming to events that you may not be, like Vision Summit.
So we all know as distributors, we promote event to event, right? Like as leaders specifically. And so that share button on this events page, I think is critical because that's how we can help promote it directly to our teams. I think that's really helpful.
Yeah, and some of the field were asking me, where can they find the big blue calendar events in the app?
Click the distributor tab because it's a distributor held event. You can now find the big blue calendar.
Did you guys know that? That's so great.
Shauna, while we're here, can you show them how to send the event to basically all or any of the distributors that you'd like to notify them?
For sure. Okay, so you just go into the event like I just was, and you just click the share button. It'll take you right to the messages screen. So I would obviously, you can share the Vision Summit with customers, distributors, whoever you want to invite. But I will just click in here, a couple people that I want to share that with. And you'll see that, so that was Jamie. And I'm going to put Rudy. Okay, so then I have a couple distributors across the top. A quick tip is if you touch their name at the top, it will show you how that's delivering to them. So you can choose any of the delivery method options. I think that's really an awesome feature that a lot of people don't know about. Then you just click next, and it'll send all the information right there into the messenger. And when I click send, because I'm sending this in-app message, it will actually come from my in-app messenger number individually to them, like it looks like, even though I maybe have 30 people in this text, it'll look like I individually text each person, which I think is brilliant.
Yes. The only time it doesn't do that is if you're sending it by SMS, which is text my personal phone number to someone else's personal phone number, then it's going to go as a group message. So be on the lookout for that.
That's the reason that we love to convert people to in-app messenger as soon as they enroll in our business.
Customers or distributors.
Yep. It's the easiest way to communicate effectively through the app with your team.
That is an excellent tip. Thanks for showing the events.
Yes.
And as you are right there under the LifeVantage menu, can you talk about, Shana, how you use the reports to manage your business?
I love reports. So whenever we have a promotion, like we just had flash sales, or we might have a new promotion coming up that's announced at convention, right? And I always like to think, okay, if it's a flash sale on body care, right? I want to know who in the past has ordered body care. And because those are the people that would probably be most likely to reorder, right? And
Yes.
I definitely want to know that there's a promotion going on that product. So you can go into your reports menu, and at the top there's a drop-down menu, and it will show you every single product that we have to offer. So I'm just going to use one of the body care choices, right? So I want to see who in my business has bought the body lotion. It will pull up anybody in my business that I personally enrolled that has bought the body lotion. And so that I could reach out to them and just say, hey, listen, there's 20% off going on this product right now. I need to make sure that you know about it. And I would just click through every body care piece and make sure. And maybe it is something like, I'll just pick another item that might coordinate. So maybe we're going to run a special on Axio, right? I would then reach out to anybody who just orders NRF2 only as well, not just Axio, but I'd reach out to anybody that orders NRF2 only and say, you understand NRF2 activation. I would love for you to also understand NRF2 activation specifically for the brain in a drink form. I think you might be interested in adding this item to your order.
I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, that's how I use reports.
Same.
Okay.
Oh, you use the same
Absolutely,
way.
yep.
Awesome. Can we talk a little bit more about the people section of the app? We have yourself, and then your team and your prospects. Can we focus on me and your team? And can you show how you can check your volumes and your downline volumes in the app, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Kamal said, we're going to the people menu, which is not our main menu. I'm going to click people, and then I'm going to choose me because I want to check my personal volume. And here we are looking at your personal volume month to date. And then when you swipe, you're going to pull up your organizational volume and see where you're at for this particular time of the month. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see what the company recognizes as your primary legs. When you take a look like Georgia Deanda, if I wanted to go and see where she's at because she's running for Pro 7, I would just click on people, organization, distributors. I'm going to search for Georgia, clicking on her, and you can actually see her personal volume and her personal organizational, or her organizational volume as well. And I can just check in with her and say, hey, looks like last month you were at 45,000. You know, I'm sorry, she's running for Pro 6. 45,000, we've got about 4,000 and some to make up for Pro 6. What are your goals? And I can send her a message right away. So that's how I use the reports in the me status. And
I bet a lot of you didn't realize that you can see your personally enrolled's volume as well. And I think that's hugely effective in helping them as a leader, being able to help them reach their goals because you can see it too.
Well, here's something else. Okay, so when you go to people, organization, distributors, and you have someone, okay, so if a distributor comes to you, and this is just a leadership moment for you, if a distributor comes to you and says, hey, I'm really using the app and I'm not having success, I can say,
oh
hold
yeah,
on. And Jane's moving, so she's not actually busy. So I can look and say, well, the last thing you did was send a message on the 28th.
So Sarah, click the activity button. If you see that across, you can see the activity that person has taken in the app.
Don't really see any invites or tooling or teaming going on in here. So Jane, maybe that's why you're not having success. She's actually moving. So just in case you're watching, Jane, I know what you're up to.
Yeah. And then there is also the orders within that section. And maybe you can touch that, why you need to see those orders.
Like their personal orders. So checking on a distributor, making sure that they have an order each and every month, or if they have a question about their commission qualification because they're a new distributor, you can go to the back office and look at that. But if you're in the app, you can just pull it up and look at their orders. Another thing is you can take a look at their activity and see how many of their customer orders are shipping out. Sometimes it's important when you get an AMI notification. If you have an inactive distributor and AMI says, hey, I'm trying to reach your downline member, Susie, about a customer that needs some customer support, and you're just thinking, I don't know who this person is, when was the last time they ordered, you can kind of look in that distributor's activity and find that other person's order. I know it sounds complicated, but it's actually easier than using the detailed genealogy in the back office.
Great.
So thanks for that.
Oh, you're welcome. And on the other one, when you click on an order, when you tap on the order itself, it will take you to the details. So if your customer calls you up and says, can you help me out with this order? Then you can go into that customer details, tap into the order. And
You guys see it even has the order number, the tracking number, all of it's right there.
Exactly. And Sarah was talking about customer service. That's exactly it is. So
Right.
our field wants to know, how can they reach out to corporate staff? And I know that we added some cool things in the app, but I would like you guys to share that. Can you show our field how they can report an issue or send a feedback to us?
Are you asking me to give everyone your phone number right now?
No, that's not exactly what I'm saying.
It kind of is. It's a direct line access to the app team, which is pretty phenomenal. I do this all the time. I mean, even we have hiccups or like, hey, Kamal, this isn't working right. Or, hey, app team, why doesn't this do this right? Or I need to report this bug.
Right.
I think it's really important.
But in all honesty, if you want to reach as close as you can get without actually having Kamal's phone number, you go to people, me, and then the green circle with the 3 dots, you click on that, and then you can email customer support, you can call customer support, you can report an issue, you can send feedback, and you can review and rate the app. Can you tell us the difference between report an issue and send feedback? How would you like us to use those?
That's a great question. If you have a problem with the app, that's reporting an issue. But if you have a good idea you want to share, or you want to ask for a new feature, send us a feedback. And
Do you
that's
have
the
your
difference
list?
between the two.
No, I feel like he just reads my mind and everything goes into the app. I don't have a list. So what you're saying is don't report an issue if you don't like the script that you see in the action cards. That's more of a send feedback.
That
kind
is
of
absolutely
situation.
right.
Okay, just checking.
Sarah, click on when you hit send feedback. This is really cool because it already tells them. That's why it's really important to do it this way, because it gives them all the information that they need to know to look into something for you. It gives your distributor ID, the version you're using, all of it. Because sometimes if you're reporting an issue, it's maybe because you have an outdated version or something, and that's an easy fix. So it's really important, I think, instead of like find you on Facebook or to try and tell you something, it's
Or
really
me,
important.
or you.
Yeah, yes.
And
It's
even
really
the
important
distributor
to-
ID too.
Right.
It makes it easy to debug the problem.
Right, because even when we're saying, hey, we're testing out something, and hey, he has to say, okay, what ID, what version are you using? Tell me again what phone you have. It's really important for them to look into an issue to have all that information.
Oh, I hope today you picked up some great tips from both Sarah Harding and Shana McClough, and I hope you enjoyed the overall session. Before we end the session, I really want to share one thing with you. Our data analysis showed that distributors that are using the app are making 2 to 3 times more in commissions, and their enrollment numbers are 2 to 3 times higher than the distributors that are not using the app. Please go download the app, start building your business, flip the switch. Thank you.